Okay, let's take a look at these words to try to be able to come up with some patterns that really reveal the within word patterns in spelling. So let's start over here on the left. These are interesting words. Notice that it takes two vowels in the middle of the word to be able to produce this sound. South, youth, sour, and loud. Of course, youth belongs in its own category because youth and south, although very similar in spelling, really are not in the same ballpark at all with regard to pronunciation. One category then can be that when you find words that have a vowel combination, that is, two vowels together, you're looking at a within word pattern. Let's test this out with this pattern over here. Tool, soon, boot. Sit, good, and book. Well, sit and boot certainly look alike, but they don't function in the same way. To be able to deal with the way in which the sound really works, we would have to separate these three off in their own group. Nevertheless, the pattern holds up. When you have two vowels in a word together like that, you have a modified sound, and that uniquely makes them into a within word pattern. Within word pattern words are ones in which you have to really scrutinize the vowel. Okay, here's our third pattern. O-I and O-Y. These are called diphthongs. When you have a diphthong, as in boil, neither the O nor the I can make the complex sound of oi, as in boil. Same thing for choice. O and I don't uniquely, individually create that sound. It takes the two vowels together. The same thing for O-Y. These are vowel combinations. They work together. They produce a unique sound. And that's why they have to be sorted. They are within word pattern words. So, to review, we have three different types of patterns here. But what is held in common is that they are words that have a double vowel in the middle of the word. These are what creates these modified sounds that you have to pay attention and to try to be able to figure out how these vowels work. And that's why they have to be sorted. Okay, let's go to an entirely unique and different category. And these categories over here are words that are having an E marker on the end of the word. Let me get my diphthongs out of the way so there won't be any confusion. These are the words I want to pay attention to. They all have an E marker on the end of the word. The E marker means that something is being changed about the vowel by the E marker sitting there prominently on the end. So I've put together bath and bathe, and you can see how the E marker is really functioning with these words. And I can think up a lot of other words. So I can think of cloth and clothe. Or I can make it back into a noun of clothes. Cloth and clothes. Or clothe. The way in which the words are working then is that when you add that E marker, the E is going to mark the long vowel over here. That certainly works for this pattern. Lace, daze, and shave. But look what happens here with the words that have a V in it. Dove, glove, have, and clove. So I've grouped these together in green to show you that the E marker, whenever you have a V, the E is marking a short O. This is a oddball. this isn't a true usage of the E marker rule, just like these words up here. And notice how these words together really are not of the same root or meaning pattern, have and shave. So I'm keeping them separately. In general, words with V in them with an E marker are going to have a short vowel. There are exceptions, like shave and clove. So, second distinct pattern. The first was vowel combinations. Two vowels in the middle of a word, that's going to make it a within word pattern. E marker on the end of a word, that's going to make it a within word pattern. And lastly, we have the very infamous R influence vowels. Even when I read these out loud, bird, dirt, hurt, turn, cart, and park, you can hear that the R is modifying the vowel sound. So R influence vowels is the third major pattern that signals you're in a within word stage. You have to really pay attention. Bird, dirt, hurt. Hurt and dirt are spelled completely different. Now when we get down here with cart and park, you're hearing a very distinct R. Park, cart. That R sound is really prominent. So our third stage, our third pattern is going to be R influenced vowels. The vowel becomes indeterminate in some cases, like bird, dirt, and hurt. We can't really tell what vowels those are. And we have some real oddballs over here. Let me swing the screen over here. The oddballs that I've isolated are worm. This isn't, an OR sound as in corn. It's not warm, it's worm. Okay, again, that shows how extreme the R can influence the vowel. And here you have the word so, very different from a word such as new or few. The EW here, though, the E and the W act as vowels. The W at the beginning of a word is always going to be a consonant, but in this position, it's a vowel. Well, when you have two vowels together, you've got a within word pattern. And for this oddball, when you have an R trailing a vowel, you've got a within word pattern. So let's review. Words that are influenced, words that have an E marker at the end of the word, and words that have a double vowel, a vowel combination, or sometimes we call these a vowel team. With boy and toy, boil and choice, we call these diphthongs. With these vowel combinations, you get these really heavily modified vowel sounds. And all of these should signal to you that you're in the within word stage.